Hi, and welcome to today's Monday Musings. I'm so glad that you could join me. I just want to chat with you a little bit about looking for love. Here in the other Monday Musings, we talked about the mindset that we have as a victim and what goes into creating a victim mindset. And we talked about how God sees everything, every injustice done to us, that He is there with us, though we may not be able to see and experience His presence in the moment. But He has a way of redeeming us and equipping us to live a prosperous life. And I don't mean prosperous in the sense of material gains. I mean prosperous in the sense of inner peace, in the sense of joy, in the sense of emotional health, in the sense of doing awesome things for the kingdom and receiving His love for us. So in our journeys looking for love, first of all, we've all created with the need and the desire to be loved, to be protected, to be appreciated. It's like, I call it sometimes a God void in our life, because He wants to be that first love in our life. He wants to fill us. And as we live life based on the filter of being a victim, we end up in unhealthy and toxic relationships without realizing it, because we tend to overlook the things that are actually red flags, and we tend to tolerate those things, and we also tend to doubt the good things that we see and discount them because we believe we don't deserve them. For example, the man that I married, who was the father of my children, brought me roses one time for no special reason. And because inside I didn't feel like I deserved a gift for no special reason, I responded, instead of with an exclamation and appreciation of the gift, I responded with "Oh, I'm allergic to roses," which I was. It was true, but it came out of my mouth because I couldn't accept the gift. And consequently, because of his own insecurities and issues, he was so rejected and dejected that it killed in him the desire to give me gifts. On the other hand, when I was skinny and in college and first started dating and knowing that men found me attractive, I was so insecure that I was constantly testing them to make sure that they really wanted to be around me, with me, do things with me. And that became such a heavy weight for them. They couldn't handle it. And so they'd stop asking me out. Both examples are examples of my brokenness. And so when we look for love, you know that old song, looking for love in all the wrong places? That's what we end up doing when we're looking for love out of a mindset that says we have to earn love, we have to be good enough, we have to be beautiful enough, we have to be clever enough to deserve to be loved, or we have to constantly be performing in order to prove that we deserve love. And that's not God's way of handling love. You know, He sent His only begotten Son to show us His love, and we did nothing to earn that love. It was just because God wanted to annihilate that wall that separated us from Him so we could fully receive His love. Now, there's all kinds of reasons for why we are insecure. But the good news is that God wants to unpack those reasons and shed the truth into those places in our hearts, and His love to shine on those places so that we can truly be free and have healthy relationships. And again, that's part of why I wrote Shackled by Shame and Liberated by Love, because I wanted to share with you how God took me through the journey of learning about a victim mindset, learning about verbal abuse and emotional abuse, because that form of abuse does not show on the outside, but it impacts us just as much, if not more, on the inside. And I wanted to be able to let the Lord use the things that the testimony of Him at work in me to be an encouragement and a testimony to you. And at the end of every chapter of my book, I have a section called Worldly Wisdom and Godly Wisdom. And the reason that I have that in my book is to help others to see where their thinking does not line up with God's thinking, and be a vehicle that will usher them into godly thinking and experiencing the love of God for them, and then transfer that into their day-to-day relationships. So I hope you'll check out my book, but even if you don't, like my author page on Facebook, Stephanie RJ, ARJE, or go to my website, stephaniearj.com. That's stephaniearje.com, or even my YouTube channel, and catch some of my other teachings and sharing of my heart and my journey. So until we see each other again, I hope you'll have a fantastic day and an awesome week.